Well, good morning, everybody. Thank you very much for attending today. Thank you for coming to the Spiritual Center of Springfield. We are honored to have you chosen to gather with us this morning. If you are here for the first time, we are delighted to have you with us. And if you're comfortable raising your hand, one of our ushers will give you a welcome packet. Unity is a positive, practical, open-minded approach to Christianity based on the teachings of Jesus and the power of affirmative prayer. We believe that all people are created with sacred worth, and we are free from discrimination on the basis of race, gender, age, creed, religion, ethnicity, ability, and sexual orientation. We honor all paths to God. As we begin today's service, please affirm with me Unity Spiritual Center of Springfield's core values. We are loving, accepting, spirit-filled, and joyous. And our vision, world transform the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening. And our mission statement, Unity Spiritual Center is a loving environment that nurtures spiritual growth while serving one another and the world. As we begin our service, please mute your cell phones. You just push that down like that. For those that do have prayer requests, I invite you to fill out a prayer request and place it into the offering basket later in the service. Prayer slips can be picked up on your way into the sanctuary, or they can be found in the pews. For now, please hold those requests in your heart as the prayer box is brought forward, and we're going to join in singing a folk rendition of Surely the Presence. We open the service by lighting the Christ candle, which symbolizes the divinity within each one of us. We welcome the divine blessings of this beautiful community and seek to share those blessings with one another. As we ring the prayer bowl, allowing its vibrations to weave us together and ground us in the power of presence of Spirit. Heavenly Father, thank you for this wonderful day, for the beautiful weather, the beautiful earth, and for those that joined us today here at church or at home. Bless us all for being together and hear your word today. May we take our lessons home with us and share those with the ones we love and the ones we live with and spread our message. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay, daily word. Today, the message is flow. The words I speak flow from infinite wisdom. As I picture a crystal clear stream rushing down a steep mountain slope, I also see it gathering in still pools, calm, deep, and life-giving. This image reminds me that my words and actions flow from a peace that passes understanding, nourished by divine good. Open to this infinite presence, my heart is steadied and my mind is focused. The words I speak and the choices I make become rich and meaningful. They are not surface ripples, but carry the depth and power of spiritual truth. As water flows from mountaintop to coastline, the presence of Spirit flows in every part of my life. Divine love pours into human experience. I am both the rushing waters and the deep pools, and from this stream of wisdom, I speak words that give life. And from Proverbs 18:4, the words of the mouth are deep waters. The fountain of wisdom is a gushing stream. Okay. Now, I'd like to introduce our speaker today, Mr. Michael Cleary. Thank you for coming up and joining with us to hear Mike. Those who don't know Mike or those at home, Mike Cleary has been a speaker at churches and various organizations for more than 20 years and a true stand-in here at USC. He has been a member of Unity Churches since 1985. Mike is known as a distinguished Toastmaster, the highest level of achievement offered by Toastmasters International, is a published author, musician, and even the host of 2 television shows, The Happy New You and Mike Cleary Presents. He and his wife Sharon live in Joplin. We'd like to welcome Mike and Sharon as friends of the church. Thank you, Michael.
I'm Mike Cleary, and of course, I always love being here because you never know what I'm going to say. I never know what I'm going to say or what's going to happen when I'm ever here. Last night there was a bonfire, and so a lot of people showed up. Unfortunately, we didn't have a chance to make it to that. But this is the time of year for camping out and bonfires and picnicking and just getting outside and enjoying nature a little bit more. So let's just picture in our minds a warm, sunny day, and the sun is shining, the clouds drift by a little bit, and it's just a breeze coming. Perfect weather for a picnic. An opportunity to go outside and enjoy nature. You bring along the kids, the folks, and the dogs. You bring along the uncles, but don't bring the aunts. See, Andy's writing that down. That's the problem whenever you have a picnic, is that we're always going to have these kind of pests that bother us, the flies and the ants. And sometimes people get so focused on the little irritating things that they forget to enjoy themselves. Has ever happened to you? Is where you're just so busy shooing the flies away and trying to keep everything in order that you're not even having a good time. We went to a barbecue at my brother's house this week, and the wind was blowing. And forget about bringing games to the picnic because, chasing paper plates and napkins was the entertainment of the day. Just everything was just blowing around. My head kept blowing off, and it was just calamity. But that's what happens sometimes when you're out in nature. Nature takes over, and we have to remember not to focus on the little things that don't go right. The kids are going to spill something. Could get grass stains on their knees. You're going to spill some baked beans on your shorts. The dog's going to try to get a burning stick out of the campfire. Things happen, and we get focused on the little things like the ants. And my wife Sharon has what I call Sharonisms, these little sayings that stick in my head. And one is, we couldn't enjoy the picnic because of the ants. And that's what happens sometimes, is that we sometimes get so focused on the little things that don't go right that we forget about enjoying ourselves and having fun with people. My grandma Flo had a saying, and she said, there's 2 ways to enjoy life. One is, don't sweat the small stuff. The second is, you have to realize it's all small stuff. People worry about everything. They worry that things aren't going to be perfect. They worry that something's going to be late or something's not going to be cooked properly. We have people coming over for dinner. Are they going to arrive in time? Is it going to be overcooked? Are they going to be early? We just worry and worry and worry, and we forget that worry isn't going to change anything. It's going to just make us upset. It's going to make us nervous, a nervous wreck. That you can't change or help the situation by worrying about it at all. It only causes stress and unhappiness. So my question to you is, do you want to enjoy the picnic or do you want to focus on the ants? There's a song that comes to mind by Bobby McFerrin. Everybody knows that one. In every life we have some trouble, but when you worry, you make it double. Don't worry. Be happy. That's right. Don't worry about it. There was a recent article in a magazine by Randy Sheridan. It was called, what, Me Worry? Anybody who remembers Mad Magazine knows. Alfred E. Newman would always say, what, me worry? He has an interesting viewpoint about worrying, and Randy Sheridan writes, most of us worry unnecessarily about too many things. Will there be enough money to pay the bills? What about retirement? Will my children make the right decisions? Will I pass this course and get an A? It's almost as if we search for problems that'll give us stress. The rich worry about tomorrow because they have money and they don't want to lose it. The poor worry about tomorrow because they don't have money and don't know how they're going to manage. The educated worry about tomorrow because they know there's so much to worry about. And the uneducated worry about tomorrow because they don't know what to worry about. Randy Sheridan concludes his article with the thought that worry has never lifted any burden or dried a single tear. At best, worry is a useless exercise. So ask yourself, how can I enjoy the picnic when these pesky ants keep invading my enjoyment? There's a quote from Mark Twain. Drag your thoughts away from your troubles by the ears, by the heels, or any other way you can manage it. I'm going to throw a few statistics out. Sometimes I do a little research when I do my talk. Sometimes I just wing it and talk about things about myself. But some statistics about worrying and stress. Results of a survey show that 40% of the things people worry about are things that will never happen. They worry about the future. Don't have any control about it. Now, I fall into this trap once in a while. I worry about things that I have no control about, things that might happen in the future. It's like when we're traveling. Sometimes I'll look at the weather and go, it's raining over there, or there's road construction over there, or then take a detour, okay? You don't have to make the issues something to be stressful about. If we get stuck, we get stuck. We travel, and if we get there, we get there. And if we get there on time, hey, that's a bonus, because we once took 3 days to get home from St. Louis, okay? So yeah, this happens. We come to an intersection, and I say left or right, and she goes, whatever. So we turn and we have an adventure. That's right, that's what we do. We don't get lost, we just have adventures. And sometimes what people do is they stress so much. I did this all the time. I went into a Walgreens parking lot, and there was no exit. I'm going around and around. I must have went around the building 10 times. I said, this is stupid. This parking lot has no exit. And she says, calm down, calm down. We'll get out. I mean, people obviously got out of the parking lot somehow, somewhere. We worry about things that stress us out, and we just need to stop a moment and just calm down. 30% of the things people worry about are things that already happened. They worry about something that already did. And you can't do anything about it. You can't change it. It's in the past. and you just have to accept it and move on. And 12% of the things people worry about are other people's opinions. What are they going to think about this? What are they going to think about my outfit? You know, I wore this because my talk is life is a picnic, so this is my picnic kind of outfit. See, I wonder, are people going to think I'm too casual? You know, so I mean, people, yeah. So you have to wonder about, you know, what are people's opinions, and you have to realize that you can't control what other people think about you. You know, I mean, they say that you try to make a good first impression. Well, you can always make a second first impression. Maybe the first time somebody saw you, they went, oh man. And the second time they say, oh, okay, this guy's all right. He's okay. So you can make a second impression, a good second impression on someone. So don't worry about how they feel about you or how they think about you, because their opinions, first of all, they're not going to affect your life at all. And secondly, it's going to change. If a person truly is your friend, then they'll take us the way that we are. We don't have to worry about what they're thinking about us. I recently went to a wedding reception, and the groom's fly was undone. Nobody said anything. Okay. And I'm thinking, you know, somebody's recording this. Somebody's videotaping this. You know, and I thought, how embarrassing. But you can't say or do anything about certain situations. And the guy is probably thinking, you know, oh, what were people thinking about me? Well, there's nothing you can do. So don't worry about what people are thinking about you. And then we worry about what complete strangers think about us. Walk through the store and somebody gives us a look and you're thinking, what does that mean? Yeah, you know, I mean, well, why do we care about what a complete stranger thinks about us? We're never going to see him again. You know? Yeah. You know, or if they give you an opinion and say, that outfit doesn't work for you, like, okay, thank you for your opinion. Goodbye. You know, I mean, we don't care, because people's opinions of you, like I said, if they're your friends, they give it in kindness. And if they're strangers, you just take it with a little grain of salt and say, thank you, appreciate that. Speaking of taking other people's opinions, Andy had at the introduction that I was a member of Toastmasters International. I was a member for like 20 years. And one of the things that we do in Toastmasters is that you give a speech, usually 5 to 7 minutes, and somebody evaluates your speech. And so they try to give constructive comments about things that you did right and things that you did wrong. And you have to realize that this is constructive criticism. This is a way to make you better. Sometimes when we get people's opinions, it's not hurtful. It's, oh, I didn't realize I was doing that. Thank you for letting me know. She started to like bite my lip a lot. I didn't realize it. I just subconscious. And so I appreciate for telling me that. You know, I mean, sometimes it's not hurtful. It's just people giving their information. When I was at Toastmasters, people were struggling to speak in front of an audience. USA Today had an article about things that people fear most in the world. You know what the number one thing was? Yeah, death was like 3 and 4, okay? People would rather die than speak in front of an audience. You know, because they're so concerned about people's opinions. They're so concerned about what will people think. I don't want to make a fool of myself. So people shy away from things where people might have an opinion about them. Fear of public opinion is really strong. You can't control what people think. And the last part of the statistics, 10% People worry about needless health concerns. Worrying about your health causes more stress. Kind of a catch-22. So stop worrying about either do something about it or don't do something about it, but don't stress about it. And that leaves 8%. 8% of the things people worry about are legitimate. Since life does, throw a curveball at us every once in a while. 8%. You realize how many things you actually worry about that you either have no control about, have happened in the past, or are just causing more stress in your life. It's like the ants in the picnic. Stop worrying about the ants and enjoy it, because there are certain things in life you just can't control, and you just can't fix. The Dalai Lama had a quote, and he said, if there's a solution to a problem, there's no need to worry. If there is no solution, there's no need to worry. That's right. Focus on the situation and not on the problem. There's some Bible quotations, and it's kind of ironic that both Luke and Matthew, Luke 12:25 and Matthew 6:27, said the same thing. They both said, can any of you, by worrying, add a single hour to your span of life? They thought it was so important that they both said it. Here's an idea of Don't Sweat the Small Stuff by Dr. Richard Carlson. He asked, will it matter a year from now? Provides a check on, am I worrying about something that's genuine concern, or I'm just worrying because it's bugging me? Is this a legitimate issue? Every once in a while, Sharon will catch me in a state of panic and anxiety. And I'm just like manic around the house, and she goes, what is your problem? And I'm just like, I'm concerned, I'm worried, I'm working on this project, I'm doing this and that. She says, calm down, calm down. If you're anxious about something, if you're stressed about something, it's not going to help. Relax, look at the situation objectively, and come up with a solution. Because worrying is not going to help. And as I sometimes say, or with my Sharonism, don't focus on the ants and enjoy the picnic. I was telling Andy when I was playing this song before the church service, I said, I write a lot of my own songs, and this was back in my rock and roll days. I was with dozens of bands, all the way from bluegrass to Christian Spanish rock band, Persian bands, mariachi bands. This is about don't stress the small stuff. Don't be so down. Don't be so sad. Stop thinking life is oh so bad. We're here to cheer. We're here to sing. We're here to savor everything. This is your life, and you can have it all. Come join the parade, can't you hear the trumpets call? And live it up. Live it up, yeah, live it up. Live it up. Nobody ever said that life is to be a trial. Let's go ahead and make your face crack a smile, 'cause we'll live it up. Live it up. Life should have joy. Life should have fun. No need to go around scowling at everyone. Get up and shout. Get up and dance. This is your only life, there's no second chance. Put aside the world, the material things. Celebrate each life life's adventure brings, and live it up. Live it up. Yes, live it up. Come on, live it up. Yeah. So you know why I went into country music instead of rock and roll, so that explains a lot. Yeah. Talking about ants at the picnic, I recently discovered that I have ants on the brain. A lot of you realized that a long time ago, but I just discovered that I have ants in my thinking. And ants are automatic negative thoughts. Automatic negative thoughts creep into your mind, and you see something and boom, automatically a negative thought pops up. And we can't help it. Sometimes they just sneak in there. There was this book called Change Your Brain, Change Your Body by Dr. Daniel Amen. And he says, hey, a few of these ants can be managed. You know, once in a while they pop up, you say, okay, thank you for reminding me, and away they go. But when there's an ant infestation, we need to address it. That's when negative thoughts take over and you're just concerned all the time with worrying about the little things and not enjoying life. The ants end up controlling you. Negative thoughts can make negative things happen. Yeah. So make a pact with yourself not to listen to those ants. Your thoughts will translate into actions, and your actions will cause your body to do what your mind says. Your body always follows your mind. It has no choice. You know, in Unity, we have a saying that thoughts held in mind produce after their kind. So the things that you focus on, like the automatic negative thoughts, are the things that are going to manifest in your life. So when they pop up, just, hey, okay, and move on. There's an illustration about this, about how your mind is so powerful, and when you hold something in your mind, it becomes a real thing. There was an experiment in 1996 by Dr. Biasato in Chicago. And Dr. Biasato wanted to figure out the power of the mind and how it related to playing basketball. The Dr. Biasato split the people into 3 groups and had each group practice free throws every day for an hour. The first one practiced with shooting baskets. The second one just sat for an hour and thought about it. They just visualized themselves shooting baskets. And the third ones just sat there and didn't do anything. So at the end of the experiment, after 30 days, tested the 3 groups again. Now the people who were shooting the baskets, they improved a little bit, about 24%. The people who visualized it improved just as much. The people who didn't shoot a single basket improved just as much as those people who practiced, because your mind couldn't tell a difference between reality and thinking. The point I'm making is that the brain is incapable of distinguishing between what's real and what's imagined. So if you imagine something bad, your brain's saying, that's bad, because it doesn't know the difference. There's a thing that I've had this issue for years and years and years, and it's about sarcasm. I rarely, if ever, use sarcasm because your brain doesn't know the difference. Okay? If you sarcastically say something like, oh yeah, that's a nice outfit. Like, oh, he likes my outfit. Okay? You don't know that your brain doesn't know the difference, because if you wrote it down and read it, that's what your brain thinks. It doesn't understand what sarcasm is doing. It doesn't understand it's a negative thing. Here's an illustration. There was a teacher that said, 2 wrongs don't make a right. And the student said, yeah, right. So that's what happens, that your brain doesn't know the difference. That's why ants are so destructive, is because we let them take over in our minds. We let them take over in our brains, and the brain's taken as being real. Now, the whole thing also it's also true for self-deprecating humor. And I see a lot of comedians do this. They talk about themselves in an insulting way. And after a while, you think, does he really think that way about himself? Sometimes like, oh, I'm so stupid. Okay, do you really think you're that stupid? Because your brain doesn't know. And if you tell yourself enough times, your brain's going to register it. Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu, he said, watch your thoughts because they become words. And watch your words because they become actions. Watch your actions for they become habits. Watch your habits for they become character. And watch your character for it will become your destiny. It all starts with watch your thoughts. Some people gripe about the glass being half empty. And I say, you know what? The glass isn't half empty or full. The glass is always full. It may be half full of water, but it's half full of air too. See, the glass is always full. And people focus on, oh, it's half empty or half full. No, it's always full. So here's some things about ants. Here's some things that are automatic negative thoughts, and we'll see if anybody here has ever had any of these identifiers. The first is all or nothing. Black and white thinking that said everything is all good or everything is all bad. Now, I've had this experience with like used car salesmen or lawyers. So yeah, some of them are either all good or all bad. And we just realize, no, wait a second, there's some gray area in there. And sometimes your brain just latches onto a thought, and you have to realize, no, wait a second, there might be a little leeway in there. Another one is using always, never, every time, and everyone. Everyone says that. Everyone does that. Everyone thinks I'm silly. Everyone hates my outfit. Nobody likes the way I look. So just realize that there's gray area in there, and this rigid black and white thinking can cause automatic negative thoughts in our brains. Another is focusing on negative things. I've given a talk once before about when I was in a dart tournament, and we lost the tournament. And the other people in the team were so upset, and they said, oh, we lost. And I go, no, they won. We should be happy for them. Okay, so put a spin on something negative, because not all bad things happen. Some good things happen. If somebody lost a football game, cheer for the other team because they won. Fortune telling. This is a good one. You don't know what's going to happen, but you think, I know what's going to happen, so I think this is going to be a bad thing. I know that they're going to come late. I know that the dinner's going to be ruined. I know that it's going to rain on our picnic. Okay, you're a fortune teller. Automatically inserts those negative thoughts into our thinking. And it's what our friend used to call a self-fulfilling prophecy. Self-fulfilling prophecy. I'm going to stub my foot. Guess what? I'm going to hit my thumb with that hammer. Yeah, see? I mean, it's self-fulfilling prophecy. If you focus on something, it's probably going to happen. So Like we say in Unity, focus on the positive, and your brain and your body and your spirit will accept that as reality. And the last item is mind reading, knowing what other people are thinking. You go into a store and a person gives you that look. She does that to me all the time. She goes, "What do you mean by that?" I go like, "What? I didn't mean anything by that, you know?" She's doing this. I go, "What do you mean by that?" Yeah. Everybody has negative thoughts, and it happens. You know, we get the ants in the brain, and sometimes we get negative situations in our lives, and it happens. It's life. It's reality. But we can't make that the whole basis of our lives. People go from day to day worrying about things that are happening, going day to day focusing on the bad things. They said, life can't be all bad things. I was in a business meeting one time, and the boss was talking about all the bad things that were going on. And I piped up. I'm not a person that has a whole lot of tact when I'm in a business meeting. And I said, "Do we do anything right?" And he went, "Oh." He just gave us a list of everything that we did wrong. I'm like, we did do some things right? So stop focusing on all the negative things. There are some good things out there too. Every once in a while I get apprehensive about when a group invites me to speak because I think, am I good enough? Are they just inviting me because, they like the way I look? That can't be it. I hope that I give positive messages and entertain. But sometimes, whenever we do some things that we know that we are good at, then we kind of question, now, is it good enough? Am I meeting somebody else's expectations? If I made this thing for them, if I made like a flower arrangement for somebody, are they going to like it? Sometimes we put doubts on ourselves. And we know that ants are based on faulty beliefs. So why can't we just ignore them? Eckhart Tolle. Yeah, Tolle, yeah. He said, whatever you fight, you strengthen. And whatever you resist, persists. So if you fight those negative thoughts, guess what? Your brain's saying, hey, you're giving that negative thought energy. It must mean something. You must want it. Acknowledge it. Don't fight it. Don't say, I hate that negative thought. I'm never going to think about that negative thought again. Just acknowledge it. It's life. It's human. Okay? It's human nature. It's difficult for us to be positive all the time. We make mistakes. Bad things happen on occasion. But don't let those automatic negative thoughts, those ants, have power over our brains and take over. Ants eventually will linger and then dissipate. And you're finding that if you don't give them energy, you're just going to have less and less of them. Oops, wrong one. I've been with Unity, as Andy said, since 1985. And even then, my mother dragged me kicking and screaming to the church service because I wasn't really into perfecting myself at the time, getting better with myself. And I think that's what Unity is all about, is that we want to be better people. We want to be better people for ourselves. We want to be better people for our family and for our community. And I know I'm working on it, but I'm just not quite there yet. I've been trying real hard to be decent, to be the best person I can be. But this doing unto others kind of living is not easy as I first believed. I want a life that inspires, an example to admire. Keep from wallowing down in the mire, been shutting down fear. I think I'm getting near, but I know I'm not quite there yet. Now I've been following the teachings of righteous folks and edging ever near my truth. I found that most of my misconceptions I learned way back in my youth. About being wicked, vile, and cruel, I try to live my life by the golden rule. I keeping on my spiritual journey, but I know I'm not quite there yet. I've been walking my spiritual journey, staying positive as I can be. But sometimes I stray from the righteous way and fall back into the same old me. I try to keep an encouraging attitude, being a beacon of light with a cheerful mood and keeping on my spiritual journey, but I know I'm not quite there yet. Trying to walk the walk when I talk the talk, about seeing the good in all. When I stumble on a boulder, get stuck in the pits, or pressed against a great big wall. I meet obstinate people every once in a while. Sometimes I want to smack them, but it's not my style, because I'm keeping on my spiritual journey. That's right, I know I'm not quite there yet. I've been walking my spiritual journey, keeping as positive as I can be. But sometimes I stray from the righteous way and fall back into the same old me. I try to keep an encouraging attitude, being a beacon of light with my cheerful mood and keeping on my spiritual journey, but I know I'm not quite there yet. I've been keeping on my spiritual journey, but I know I'm not quite there yet. This is our time of meditation, of silent inner prayer. So let's take a moment to just relax, settle into our seats, and just calm the body. Take a deep breath, let it out. Another deep breath and let it out. This is our way of signaling the body that we need to calm ourselves. We need to listen to that still small voice inside us, that God voice. I often say that prayer is talking to God and meditation is talking with God. When we calm ourselves, we allow that conversation with God. We've had sunny days, we've had rainy days, we've had windy days. The change of the seasons, changes in our lives. Sometimes we are caught up in the struggles and we fail to realize the beauty and the blessings in our lives. The beauty and blessings in our world. The flowers that are opening, smell of fresh cut grass, friendships we have with those in our lives, those in our family. We are so blessed to have all the abundance in our lives. Difficulties happen, unexpected things happen, but they shouldn't shade or diminish the beauty and the blessings that we have. Scientists say that the universe is an unimaginably big place. And for us to find ourselves together here on this planet with our friends and our loved ones is truly a miracle. When we have difficulties in our lives, we need to stop a moment and remember the beauty and the blessings, all the good things, all the love that we share. And it is with God's guidance and assistance and the help of our friend Jesus Christ that we continue on our journey. We smell the roses, we see the butterflies, we enjoy the sunshine, and we say, thank you, God, for this wonderful world, and for this wonderful life. And so it is, we say, Amen.
Hello, I hope you've enjoyed today's service. I hope that it has touched your heart, that it has impacted you in a positive way and helped you on your spiritual journey. I want to let you know that this center is fully supported by the generous donations of people that resonate with our message. So I hope you will consider giving by going online and giving a gift and helping us to continue this message. Thank you and God bless.
Everybody knows this song, so if you feel you want to sing along, you're more than welcome. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh, yeah.
We're going to get into some announcements now. For your fellowship reminder, please sign up for a Sunday to bring some of your yummy treats. We have For Your Fellowship once a month for the purpose of deepening our connection in this community. It's held on the second Sunday of every month. The sign-up sheet is in the foyer. So thank you for that. Sanctuary flowers. There are still openings this year for you to dedicate a beautiful bouquet for our stage during service. Please let Kelsey know the details of color and dedication, and she will add you to the schedule. Dedications can be made to anything or anyone you may desire. So June is open if you would like to bring some flowers from your garden or from the store. Explorers Group. Sunday mornings at 9:30, just before service. The current book being studied is already a few chapters in, How to Use the Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes. Our spiritual self-development opportunities never end, so please come and join us. And I'm going, oh, that's going well?
Yes, we're definitely working with how to do that in a practical way, and we're having really great discussions, and anybody would like to join us, boy, we're sure be happy to have you come.
Okay, thank you. I went down there to get flowers, and there was quite a crowd down there.
Yes, yes.
Okay, Rare Breed is a nonprofit organization that provides immediate access to basic needs and rapid access to community service for the homeless and at-risk youth ages between 13 and 24. Their staff is trained to work with the youth to build life skills that will help them go on to lead healthy, independent lives. They are always needing donations, especially with summer weather heating up. There are other opportunities as well, like feeding them with a meal. Bring in any donations to the church, place it in the green box by May 25th, and they will get delivered to the drop-in center. If you're interested in providing a meal service, please let Kelsey know. The Summer Solstice Labyrinth Walk. This guided experience offers a calm and meaningful way to mark the turning of the year. This walk is designed to help you slow down, reconnect with nature, and honor the transition into summer with intention. Please consider visiting or carpooling as a group. Let Kelsey know. Community meeting. Reverend Cynthia will be speaking for Sunday service on June 28th, as well as hosting a community meeting where we are all welcome immediately after service. Join in and help to plan the next steps of building connections. Tai Chi Fusion Yoga is on. MeFit, a company owned by Maria Edgar, will host her Tai Chi Yoga Fusion class for the next 2 weeks at 11:15 here at the church. A low-impact chair training class and great for all bodies.
I have one quick correction. We won't be meeting this Thursday. We're skipping this Thursday.
Okay.
What? I'm sorry. She didn't tell me that. Yeah.
We are not meeting this Thursday. Official. At home. Next Sunday, Reverend Diane Kennedy is back next week, so please join us for her and her message. Thank yous. Sanctuary Flowers. Springfield Meditation Group donated the flowers this go around. So thank you for that. The people who help support the service, I want to especially thank those. Larry and Jay, guys, thank you for doing the ushers. AV, Kelsey, as always, thank you. Keeping us going. Elaine, thank you very much for your tinkling on the keys. Special music, Michael, for yeah, platform speaker, Andy Green, thank you. Mike said an interesting thing. We heard, he was in Toastmasters for 20 years, and obviously is a very good speaker. I think I went to the class of the burnt toast speakers. I'll get you the toast, but it's going to be a little burnt. But you know what? Some people like burnt toast. So they get it, right? How you get it, it's how you get it. But the real Toastmaster, Michael, thank you very much for your speak today. Great job. Thank you. Look at burnt dogs. But again, Michael, thank you. Especially for the last minute coming up. And Sharon for making sure you got here. You did not turn to the left when you should have turned right. If we want to get together and sing our closing song, the peace song, Let There Be Peace on Earth.
And now let's join together in our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.